Year 1968. During the Vietnam War, dense jungle, heavy storm, and 2 American soldiers. Rain is falling hard, and darkness has covered everything. One of them, their leader, calls for help on the radio. He says that the rest of the team is lost, and now only the 2 of them are left. Suddenly, a terrifying scream is heard from behind. The other soldier disappears into the trees. The leader panics and starts shooting, but there's nothing in front of him, only the trees shaking. Terrified, he runs, but then something big moves inside the bushes, and the next moment, a dinosaur jumps out and kills him brutally. The next morning, a Vietnamese woman comes to the American camp. She says nervously that a flying monster took her husband away, but the soldiers laugh. No one believes her. At the same time, a captured truck nearby is found with strange containers, and they are releasing radiation. The sound of bombs echoes in the distance, and one soldier calls Colonel Jericho, telling him that the team which disappeared last night, something strange is happening in that same area. Jericho immediately orders, "Send the Vulture Squad. They must find out what's going on there." Meanwhile, the Vulture Squad is infiltrating an enemy camp. 2 guards are silently killed from behind, and snipers shoot down the soldiers standing on the tower. Then the attack begins. Bullets rain everywhere, and within minutes, the entire camp is cleared. When they check the prisoners, 3 Americans are already dead, only 2 are still alive. Suddenly, a soldier jumps out from the bushes, but the sergeant slashes him down with a machete. A little later, helicopters arrive, and Jericho gives them a new mission. The same mysterious place where a team disappeared last night. Jericho says, "Your job is to scout the area and find the missing soldiers." He hides the rest of the information, calling it classified. Then privately, he tells Baker, the leader of the squad, "Complete this mission, and I'll erase the old charges against you." At night, the team boards the helicopter, but suddenly the system starts beeping. Their weapons aren't working, yet the chopper is still flying, and the team is dropped near the jungle. As they move forward, they find a strange trail. So huge it looks like even an elephant would seem small. After a while, they see giant bird footprints and large feather-like objects. Then they find a bag with a map and a notebook. On it is written, "We are being hunted." They see the signs and decide they must move ahead. Something moves in the jungle and strange sounds begin. Suddenly something grabs Baker's leg and drags him away. He panics, fires bullets, and finally that mysterious creature runs away. The team rushes to him and treats his wounds. Meanwhile, in another part of the jungle, there's a team of Russian soldiers, known as the Dogs of War. They have captured a guide named Conan. On the way, they find empty bullet shells that are still hot, meaning someone fired recently. They order Conan to lead the way. Suddenly, a soldier walking in the back stops, and a dinosaur jumps from the bushes and bites him apart. When the others find his body, they assume it was done by American soldiers. Back with the vultures, the team moves deeper into the jungle. They find a huge claw mark on the ground. Some say, "Let's go back." But Baker picks up a torn piece of uniform and says, "We won't return until we find our men." They reach a cave, where they find the bodies of the missing soldiers torn apart by some giant creature. Suddenly, a noise comes from inside, and a flock of flying dinosaurs jumps out. The soldiers start firing and shouting. Chaos and gunfire fill the air. Baker and Vern run and get trapped in a narrow path separated from the rest of the team. That path leads them outside the cave. The sounds are still close, so both start climbing the vines. A dinosaur jumps up. Baker quickly fires and kills it. But now, more dinosaurs are gathering below. Luckily, they reach the top safely. Meanwhile, the rest of the team comes out of the cave and prepares their weapons after hearing noises in the bushes. But this time, from the bushes comes a huge monster, and everyone freezes in fear. Baker and Vern move ahead and reach an open area, where a gigantic dinosaur is sleeping, surrounded by piles of bones. Suddenly, 3 baby dinosaurs come from behind it and start making sounds. Their mother wakes up and then roars after seeing the 2 humans. Baker and Vern start running for their lives, the giant dinosaur chasing them. Baker keeps turning back and shooting at its face. Finally, both hide behind a fallen tree, but the beast finds them. In the morning, the rest of the team crosses a river and stops. They're worried about Baker and Vern, but going back to the cave is impossible now. Nearby noises force them to keep moving forward. Meanwhile, Baker and Vern are still running. The dinosaur is behind them. After running a long distance, they hide behind a fallen tree, and Baker throws a grenade to stop it. Then both run and reach the edge of a high cliff. Without thinking, they jump. The dinosaur also falls behind them. After falling into the water, Baker drags the unconscious Vern to the shore. The dinosaur swims away into the distance. Then, a mysterious woman named Sophia appears. She helps Baker, wakes Vern up, and says, "If you want to stay alive, come with me." Sophia tells them that their remaining teammates are probably not alive anymore. She invites both of them to come to her lab, where she has been living alone for the past year. As they move through the jungle, both groups, the Vulture Squad and the Dogs of War, see dinosaurs of different colors and sizes everywhere. Some are so tall that they seem taller than the trees, while some are small and extremely fast. They quietly duck and hide, moving carefully so that no animal sees them. However, Keys's team comes across some calm herbivorous beasts along the way, and they start walking slowly alongside them without fear. Sophia takes Baker and Vern to Research Station 4-. the place where she now lives alone. There used to be a team of scientists here, but now she is the only one left. They enter, and Sophia immediately closes the door and barricades it. She says, "This building is made of steel-reinforced concrete. We are completely safe here." Then Sophia takes a syringe in her hand, and the soldiers are shocked. They angrily ask, "What have you done?" Vern tries to contact via radio, and Sophia says, "General Borden, a Russian officer. He killed everyone. Who knew about this place? Since then, I have been the only one alive here." She explains that Borden was building a collider, something that could bend time and space. Finally, Vern manages to contact the camp via radio. Baker picks up the call and tells Jericho everything. Sophia's story, Borden's name, and most importantly, the truth about the dinosaurs. He threatens, "If you didn't save our team, I will make all this public." Jericho doesn't believe him at first. But then he remembers. The soldiers brought a large tooth from the jungle. Now he starts thinking that maybe Baker is telling the truth. Sophia, Baker, and Vern leave the building to find the rest of the team. Meanwhile, Keyes' team is moving through an open field when suddenly gunfire starts hitting them. Keyes gets shot in the leg and falls. The attackers are the dogs of war, the Russian soldiers. The vultures fight back. Bullets fly from both sides. Hearing the gunfire, Sophia and her team run toward them. Both teams hide behind bushes and fire at each other, but no one gains an advantage. Suddenly, a loud scream comes from the sky. Some huge flying dinosaurs descend from above. Now soldiers on both sides aim their weapons at the dinosaurs. One beast lands in front of a Russian soldier and pierces him with its beak. Other dinosaurs attack him and tear him apart. The remaining Russian soldiers take the chance to escape. The vultures carry Keyes and run deeper into the jungle. Finally, both groups meet again at some distance. But the soldiers start suspecting Sophia because she is also Russian. Suddenly, several small dinosaurs emerge from the bushes. They climb the trees, surround everyone, and make strange screeches. The soldiers immediately open fire. One by one, the dinosaurs fall, but their numbers keep increasing. In the chaos, a dinosaur comes from behind and grabs Keyes, dragging him away. It throws him between the trees. Keyes picks up a branch and tries to fend it off. Then a dinosaur jumps from above. Keyes kicks it down and stands ready to fight, but suddenly all the small dinosaurs pull back. Keyes looks around in shock, and then a huge predator dinosaur jumps. It grabs Keyes, slams him to the ground, puts its foot on him, shaking him. Keyes screams in pain. At that moment, he hears the voices of his teammates. He gathers courage, pulls out his knife, and plunges it into the dinosaur's neck with full force. The beast screeches in pain, and the other soldiers run over and open fire. The monster flees in fear. The soldiers reach Keyes. He is badly injured. Sophia says, "We have to leave him here." But Baker refuses. No one gets left behind. By evening, they all reach Sophia's building. Keyes is laid on a table and given a pain relief injection. Baker notices Sophia quietly leaving the room. He follows her and sees that she is giving herself an injection too. Sophia breaks down. She reveals that she is struggling with addiction and then tells the full truth. "The dinosaurs are our fault. An accident that could have been prevented. My husband was a nuclear scientist, I'm a paleontologist. The Russian army sent us here to work on a secret project, a collider that could create a wormhole. So Russia could attack America directly, but General Borden made a rushed mistake. The collider exploded and opened a door to the past, bringing these dinosaurs into the present world. The Russian soldiers then killed all the scientists, except Sophia, who was outside the lab at that time. Borden is now building a new collider in the mountains, and if he is not stopped, this door might open again. At night, the soldiers hear movement outside the building. A dinosaur is roaming nearby. They don't fire to avoid revealing their position. But the beast comes close to the window, forcing the soldiers to shoot at its head. The sound of gunfire attracts other creatures. The vultures take positions and keep firing from the windows. The battle lasts several minutes, and when the door starts shaking, they fire at it too. Suddenly, another dinosaur breaks the door and enters. The soldiers together push it back and close the door. Then, something heavy falls from the roof. Another dinosaur breaks through the glass roof and enters. Now attacks are coming from all directions, and the soldiers are fighting with all their strength. Sophia tells everyone about a back door through which they can escape to the docks, where the boats are parked. But Keyes knows he won't survive now, so he tells the others to leave him behind. Stovall gives him one last cigarette, and both of them sit quietly. Then the rest of the team runs away. When the dinosaurs finally enter the building, Keyes activates 2 grenades, causing a massive explosion. At the docks, the rest watch the blast and mourn Keyes' death before boarding the boat and continuing along the river. The next morning, the boat is still moving along the river. Baker tells his team that one more collider remains, and everyone decides they must go destroy it. But Sophia wants to warn them that doing so could be dangerous for the world. At that moment, she faints due to drug withdrawal. When she regains consciousness, she explains that if they blow up the collider with a bomb, the entire world will be destroyed. She only needs to unplug it, meaning deactivate the machine. Meanwhile, the soldiers are amazed by the nearby dinosaurs. It looks like a prehistoric zoo. At that moment, Sophia tries to steal another syringe. When Baker stops her, they argue, and the needle falls. A dinosaur jumps out of the water, grabs the needle in its mouth, and runs away. Baker angrily scolds Sophia, then gives her cigarettes to help control her addiction. A little later, Stovall sees a large water dinosaur eating smaller dinosaurs on the shore. He wants to shoot it, but the team stops him. Slowly, Stovall begins to break down and thinks of suicide, but Baker stops him and says, We need you. After several hours, the team reaches a foggy area. Many bodies are scattered on the ground. They move forward cautiously, but the fog is so thick that suddenly a pack of small dinosaurs attacks them. Everyone screams and fights with guns, knives, and fists. Seeing his friends getting injured, Stovall goes insane. He fires bullets while screaming and draws the dinosaurs toward him. He runs toward the river with only one bullet left. He hears Key's voice, smiles, and fires the last bullet into his own head. The dinosaurs start tearing him apart. That night, the rest of the team reaches the Russian base. Baker calls Jericho on the radio and gives the location. Jericho orders him not to touch the place, as it is part of national security. But Baker deliberately pretends he hears yes over static and immediately calls for a helicopter rescue. They make a plan and quietly infiltrate the base. Meanwhile, Sophia and Baker reach the main area and see that the Russian dogs unit is still alive. And they all hate Borden because his actions caused the dinosaurs to destroy their country. Suddenly, a baby dinosaur enters the base. The soldiers shoot it. Borden scolds them, but it's too late. The baby's parents roar in anger and attack the entire army. They break the base walls, crush tanks, and eat the soldiers alive. Chaos erupts everywhere. In the chaos, Condon recognizes Vulture Miller, the man who killed her family. A bloody fight ensues, but then a huge dinosaur jumps on them and they hide under a truck. Miller tries to push it away and escape, but Condon attacks him again. She stabs him, and Miller regretfully says, "Forgive me." Then he activates a bomb. A massive explosion occurs, blowing up Condon, Miller, and nearby dinosaurs. Inside, Baker's team reaches the lab and shoots Borden. Sophia spits on him and says, "I won't kill you. I won't lose my humanity." She cuts the collider's cable, shutting down the entire machine. But then the backup generator starts, and everyone sees that Borden's body is missing. Outside, hundreds of dinosaurs attack the base, tearing apart all the soldiers. Sophia and the others throw smoke bombs and run, but one by one their teammates are killed. Baker stays behind, fighting like a tank, throwing grenades, but eventually he also gets trapped among the dinosaurs and dies. The remaining team somehow escapes, where Jericho and the helicopter team are waiting. As the dinosaurs approach in a horde, everyone opens fire. Choppers fly overhead, knocking down the flying dinosaurs. After heavy losses, they finally survive. When the base is destroyed in the explosion, everyone boards the helicopters. Jericho angrily scolds Baker's team. "Why did you destroy the machine? We needed it for America." Sophia, in a tired voice, says, "It's too late now." And through the window, they see that the dinosaurs are no longer just in the jungle, but spreading to other parts of the world. So friends, I hope you liked this video. If you liked the video, then like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Till then, bye.